Howdy mates, good morning. Here is the third video I wanted to make. So we are now officially down in the gorge at Conkle's Hollow. So you may be wondering exactly, what is the bedrock that we can find here? Well, as a matter of fact, you could see some portions of the bedrock just fine, but if we actually walk just a little further, I'm actually going to pause the video and then resume. Give me just a second. Okay, here we are. So, we're actually getting to see more of the bedrock now. So, majority of the bedrock is particularly from the Pennsylvanian and the Mississippian period in geologic time. So the lower layers are from the Mississippian. In this case, what we're looking at straight ahead of us is an example of Blackhand Sandstone. And this is from the Mississippian. It's very strong. Usually the lower layers of the rock wall are usually a bit more stronger and resistant to erosion. But then, if you go above the Blackhand Sandstone, and you see other various formation, and you get into the middle of the bedrock, that's usually where it's a bit more erosive, and is more subject to weathering. But, you can find honeycomb weathering, which is where you will see iron oxide formation. And usually, the iron oxide formation is what slows down weathering and erosion. And they call it honeycomb because when you see iron oxide in its pure form, it kind of resembles looking at a honeycomb. So then, the further up you go into the bedrock, that is roughly from the Pennsylvanian period. And that could be like part of the Vinton Formation, but in this case, with Blackhand Sandstone, we're kind of looking at the Cuyahoga Formation. That's another thing about geology, is you have the rock from a geologic period, but then they also have a particular name for the formation itself. Yeah, this is a neat one here. This is a grotto, so it's basically a small cave that has a feature. And what's neat about, what happens here at the hollow is a lot of these rocks, they have vertical cracks, and then they'll have a directly perpendicular crack. And over time, with weathering and erosion, they will widen. These cracks will widen up and will eventually cause more erosion to happen over time. So over millions of years, it is what those processes is what has allowed this hollow to be in existence. So I just want to show you guys one more little portion of the gorge, and that should about wrap up the video. Okay, so we've now reached up to this sign here. Kind of gives you more detail of the rock outcrops and how it's divided into 3 separate layers here. And it just kind of tells you like how in the middle it kind of is a bit more weaker, less cemented. That's what causes some of the pockmarks in some of the bedrock itself. But you can actually quite see how tall it can be. And you can also, in the rock, you can kind of see like the cross bedding as well, resulting from past seas and maybe even wind. So it kind of indicates like how the weathering used to be in the area. I mean, it's just amazing to think like this was once. Yeah, so the bedrock helps indicate what was here in the past. And as I was saying, some of these pockmarks that you see like around here, that's as a result of the absence of that iron oxide that I was mentioning. So in a way, the water in the past, usually in the form of rain, has kind of acted as a drill, like a power drill that drills into the rock. I mean, like I said, water is truly a remarkable substance. So, alright. I thought I would share that with you guys. Hope you learned something about the bedrock. I mean, the point of making the video is it just provides a glimpse of the past, of what used to be here. It's just, sandstone usually forms, within a marine environment or even a desert. But this area was never a desert by any means. So, it's remarkable. So, alright, mates. Hope all you enjoy your Thursday, and Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care, folks.